Hi, this is Gavin from gavinsgadgets.com and welcome to my review of the Microsoft Lumia 950 XL smartphone. First of all, let's take a closer look at the hardware. On the bottom we have a USB Type-C, so the very latest piece of hardware. On the rear we have the 16 megapixel rear camera. You also have this lovely Mozo red leather back, and I can't stress enough, if you do have one of these phones, really do invest in one of the optional leather backs. You do have to pay for them, but they really make a huge difference to how the phone looks and feels. Here you have the volume up, the volume down, the power key, and very sort of traditional on the Lumia range, two-stage camera shutter button. On the very top we have the headphone jack. Just take that out so you can see it. There we go. Very straightforward. You have an always-on display, which is customizable to show alerts as well. If we open up, you have, I'll pull this down so you can see, you have your quick toggle settings here, which you can slightly customize as well, and any notifications would appear here as well. And you have the beautiful, and this is one of my really lovely highlights of a Windows phone, the live tiles. And being this is a larger phone, you can now have a larger grid. So you've got 4 panels. You can make them bigger and have just 3 sort of squares going across, but you might as well use the real estate properly and have 4. And you can have all your information going through live as we speak. Let's have a look. There's a number of other apps that are standard that come with this phone, as you can see. Quite a huge, decent selection. And if you go into the store, for example, you can see that you've got some of your favourite apps there, but you will find that the store doesn't have as many apps by quite a large margin compared to iOS and Android. So you'll either have to use a third-party alternative, and if there isn't one available, you probably end up using the web browser, but you can get by fairly well, reasonably well. And if you can't, well, you'll have a quieter life without notifications from social media badgering you all day. So there are some positives there. If we take a look, go back in, and I'll show you some of how the settings app works. So if we go into settings, and it sort of groups everything into different aspects. But this phone has all the latest hardware. It connects really well to your TV. Here we have the display dock, which is Continuum. So you can connect this phone via this display dock to your TV using the HDMI cable. And the Lumia 950 has what's called Continuum. So if you're using XL on the phone and you connect the dock, you then have a full-size XL running on your TV screen. That's the sort of theory behind it. Sometimes not perfect, but the idea is to create a sort of desktop experience using your phone processor as the bit that drives everything, and having universal apps that are the same whether they're on the PC or on the phone. Obviously it's not quite like that, but that is the concept, and it's showing some promise. It's very early days yet, but we'll see how that goes. Another aspect of this phone that is really quite something is the camera. So, whoops, I'm just moving the icons. I've got my hand on the screen too hard. Let's just open up the camera. The camera is a very good camera. It's sometimes comes up when you're using the rich capture mode, where in the background, if you go to view the photo, it will say it's saving, but that's because it's doing a lot of post-processing, and I'll show you some of the magic behind that. You've got access to manual controls, various different settings. As I said, the quality of the photos on this phone is fantastic. We can have a look at some of those here. So here we have a shot that was taken by myself, and again, the colours, the accuracy of the colours is just fantastic. And the rich capture mode, we'll get to an example shortly, is, let's tap on that. And here you can actually adjust, after you've taken a shot, how much effect you want. There we go. Slide up so you can make it brighter. And it depends what sort of impact you want that rich capture, and you can save it, and it'll save that permanently. And I mentioned that whilst there could be, you know, fewer apps than other operating systems, there are some really decent apps, and one of my favourites is the Lumia Creative Studio. Let's fire that up. So if we pick here take all my photos here. And then you've got a whole suite of all what you expect from a professional editing system. You can also have other options, so you've got your cropping, your filters. So you could tap a filter here, warm copper, warm horizon, and they're very, very good. I do like the filters, but you've also got things like color eye, red eye, blur backgrounds. The color pop is one of my favorite. Turn it around here, and you can literally, we can do all sorts of different tricks here. Let's just tap that. So tap, so here it says tap on arrows to show their colors. So you can just tap on a particular bit and have that. But again, you can do some real magic with photos here, and I really do like that particular aspect. So overall, this phone has a very, very competent hardware. I've had decent sort of battery life, getting a day's use out of it, sometimes a fraction more, but for most people, you'll be charging it every night. And I've really enjoyed it. So this is my quick review of the Microsoft Lumia 950 XL, and I'm Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. If you like this review, please leave a thumbs up, and that will help me inspire me to do some more. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I will answer all of them. So for now, goodbye.